of the as part of the HANA administration point of view, we need to discuss about the software and HANA, the softwares and hardware requirement here. HANA softwares and hardware requirements here. HANA, the softwares and the hardware requirement here. Softwares and the hardware's requirement we need to discuss about this one here. So especially for the software, because HANA is a combination of the software and hardware. Means softwares also we need to check it at the same time. We need to check the hardwares also here. Hardware. So hardware with respect to means hardware plus hardware requirements means we need to check the so HANA. So HANA, what is the certified hardware vendors we have to use it that we know. But what is the so certified hardware vendors, we have to use it. Apart from that, what is the operating system we have to use it? Then what is the RAM size? How much RAM size we have to use it? What are the CPU utilization? CPU, how many CPUs we have to use it? What are the file systems we have to use it? And spaces, file systems, and what is the size of the each and every file systems we have to use it? What is the network bandwidth? What is the network bandwidth? It should be so like this, we have the something we need to check it out here. This is the very important here. So hardware requirements part here. So coming to the OS part, operating system. So SAP HANA can be installed only on the Linux platform only. The Linux platform only, not the Windows platform. HANA database we have to install only on the Linux, but because it's required the more RAM, that type of RAM support only in the Linux missions only, Linux OS only. So that's why, so Linux operating system, we have to use it. Also in the Linux operating system, we have the flavors like SUSE Linux, there is a SUSE Linux, then Red Hat Linux. These are the flavors of so Linux means how we have the Windows like Windows 10, Windows 7. So Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 2003 servers, like that, how we have the flavors. Same as like in the Linux also, we have the flavors called the SUSE Linux and Red Hat Linux Enterprise Editions. So these are the operating systems which will support here, right? So coming to the Linux versions part, so the SLES, SUSE Linux, we have the SUSE Linux. For this SUSE Linux version, we have the, so 15 version is the 15, SPES 05 is the latest version we have in the market, then 04, then before that 03. So like that, we have the SUSE Linux versions we have here. So RHCL, Red Hat Linux Enterprise. So here RHCL. So we have, so here, I think 8.9.0, I think Red Hat Linux 9.0 is the latest version. So we have the 8.8, it will support it, the current versions, then 8.9 and 9 flavors here. So if someone asks you questions, what is your OS Linux versions we have here, OS versions? So Susil, maybe you can tell the SUSE Linux or Red Hat Linux, but here, so the versions of the SUSE Linux or Red Hat Linux is, these are the versions you can say if someone asks you the questions here, right? So then these are the Linux platforms, and also the RAM size here. To calculate the RAM size, we have the different methods here. The methods we have to follow, different approaches we have to follow here to calculate the RAM size here. Here, one is the SAP Quick Sizer tool, SAP Quick Sizer tool, or second one is the T-shirt sizing method here. T-shirt sizing method here. So to calculate the how much RAM required, how many CPUs, what are the file system spaces we required and a network. So we can use the SAP Quick Sizer tool. SAP Quick Sizer tool here. This is the one of the browser-based tool here. SAP Quick Sizer tool here. SAP Quick Sizer tool. So we can calculate. Why? Because RAM is the very important, right? RAM sizing is the very important here, right? Sizing means your hardware requirements and memory, CPU, disk. So input, output, network, all those things we need to check it out, right? All those things we have to check it out, sizing, right? So here, as part of the sizing, we need to calculate all those things here, especially for the HANA. HANA hardware sizing is very important here, right? So OS, we know, maybe we can check the documentation, we will come to know. So what is the exact OS requirements and everything we will come to know here, right? So then to get the So sizing. So size here to get the exact sizing, SAP provided there is a quick sizer tool. Quick sizer tool here. Using this quick sizer tool, we can get the how much RAM size we required. Why? Because the sizing is very important for the HANA systems. Entire database we are storing here. Entire all those things we are storing here. So we need to go to the quick sizer tool. We need to go to the quick sizer tool just to select the project name. Suppose like example, so HANA implementation project or something. Just click on the create the project here. Here you need to provide the all the inputs here. You need to provide the all the inputs here, saying that so it's like how many users are required. Like say, see here, you need to select the new system, new business system solutions, right? So then, so it's like on-premise or cloud, you need to select it here. Then, so you need to select what is the purpose of your system, whether which SAP you are just powering by the SAP CRM, SRM, Gateway, BW, so only HANA platform. So what you are going to install it, then what is the working days only for HANA. Then what is the HANA you are installing, then how many days, what is the retention period, all the details you can see it here, all the details we have to provide it here. All the details we need to provide it. What is the average workload daily? What is the peak load? So you will get the all the details here, right? So what is the business growth per month? So whatever the inputs, possible inputs. So then you can provide the all the details here. Just click on the calculate the results. Then you will come to know how many. You will come to know is no data we provided. We will come to know how many. You will come to know what is the RAM size, what is the data file size, what is the all the details you will come to know here based upon the inputs here. Based upon the inputs you provided, you will come to know here also you will come to know the what are the list of hardware vendors you need to what are the certified hardware vendors to procure the hardware from them. Hardware means so your RAM, motherboard, see all those things here, right? So these are the certified hardware vendors for the your hardware partners here. So this is the quick sizer tool to calculate the how much RAM size you required here. So if it is the new greenfield, new installations means there is a one more word is called the, so here customers are the two types, right? So for to calculating the RAM size is very important. Why? Because all the data in the HANA, it is storing into the in-memory level. So you have to carefully, we need to calculate the RAM size here. Why? Because RAM size is the key component here. So SAP Quick Sizer tool, we can use it. Otherwise, the T-shirt sizing method also we can use it here. T-shirt sizing method. T-shirt sizing method means, so it's a small, medium, so large, right? Small, medium, large, then extra large, like that we have the so sizes here, t-shirt sizes, right? Small means minimum for HANA installation you need the 128 GB RAM memory you require for the small companies here, right? For the medium companies you require the 256 GB here. Large companies you require the 512 GB you required here. For the extra large companies you require the 1 terabyte RAM memory you require for the normally for the companies, for the organization based upon interest where the small business or medium business or low priority, high priority business, like that we will calculate it, right? So it depends upon that business. We have the t-shirt sizing model is there. So minimum 128 GB RAM is required for the HANA databases so that it's real time in reality definitely it's required the 128 GB for the minimum system installations here. So if the small company then that is fine, the medium 256 GB, large, extra large, like that there is a t-shirt sizing model method is there. You can follow this approach here. Otherwise, we can use the quick sizer tool approach so that Here also we will get the how much RAM size we will get this one, we will come to know here, right? This is the getting the RAM size requirement here, either SAP quick sizer tool or the t-shirt sizing method. We will come to know here by checking the here, right? This is the web-based role. This is the normal calculations we can perform it here. So this is for the new installations. That is called the greenfield implementation. Means suppose new customers, greenfield. Existing customers, it's called the brownfield implementation. There is a two technical words here. Greenfield implementation or installation. Second one is the brownfield implementation or installations here. So greenfield means so fresh means there is no business data, then you can directly use this quick sizer tool or t-shirt sizing method here. Brownfield means we have already data is there. In that case, the calculating the RAM size is slightly different here, which means if the system is already there, then in this case, to calculating the RAM size, we can execute the report. There is a report in the SAP level /SDF/HDB underscore the sizing report or some DB scripts we can use it. How much RAM is required for it. Suppose example, if you see here in our systems, we have the SAP, right? So we have the SAP systems here. So here there is a report, means already data is there. So suppose I want to plan, I want to go to the HANA database here. I want to go to the HANA database here. In that case, so my existing system is already in the SQL server. I want to migrate to the HANA database. Means I am the existing customer. I am already using the data. So, but I want to migrate. So I am comes under the brownfield, greenfield and brownfield. I am in the brownfield migrations, which means existing customers want to move to the HANA database. I want to install the SAP, but directly I can go with the HANA installation and the freshly on top of that one, I can install it here. So there is a report in the SAP level /SDF/HDB underscore the sizing report. We can execute it. The sizing report we can SDF/SDF. The sizing report we can execute it here. The sizing report /SDF. So SDF, so there is a sizing report. So that report, so we can execute it. That report we can execute it to get the how much RAM size we required for the HANA databases. It will give the results, exact results. It will calculate it. It will give the results to us here. So HDB underscore sizing report here. So this one, so we have to execute it here. HDB underscore sizing report, we have to execute it here. So this will give you the results to us, how much RAM size you required, you need to procure from the hardware vendors here, right? So this report will give you the results here. So based upon that, so we will get the RAM size, or in the companies, your architects will decide, will provide you the RAM size and everything, they will take care of that one here, right? Sizing report for the HANA databases here. So how to calculate the new memory, disk, CPU sizing, everything. And so like you can provide the list of tables, how many tables. If you leave the empty, it will provide the full sizing report, or just to provide the one of the table name here, just providing the one of the table, just click on the execute here, just click on the execute here, then it will provide the information here. Yes, Aditya, tell me.
Sir, suppose if we have the existing database, suppose Oracle or DB, and if we try to install HANA on top of that, so we need to move the data, right? We have to migrate the data, or
Yeah,
how?
migration.
Okay.
We have to do that one.
So
Using
that
the
will happen before the installation, or like post
why
we'll do that.
again? Why again installation? You have to freshly install the HANA database. That is fine. But for installing the HANA database, you require the how much RAM you required, how much space we required, that all these things, right? So
Yeah.
for that one, on the existing system, so I means Oracle, whichever we have the SACC, Then execute this report, you will get the what is the memory requirement, what is the data volume requirement, what are the exact requirements, you will get it out. All those things you will get the sizing report, you will get it out, right? So
Yeah.
based upon sizing report, you can just go to Linux system, you can build the so Abhilash is requesting. Why you want to remote control here?
Sorry, sir, mistakenly.
Oh, no, okay, no problem. Yeah. So here you will get the all those things here, right? You will get the list of the RAM size, memory. You will based on that. So then in the source, you can start the some tool, some DMO tool. Then you can just migrate the only data. Data migration you have to done to the newly installed system here. That is called the migration here. Means in that case, for existing customer, let me show you.
So, sorry to troubling you all. So, this is Ravindra, this is Ravi. So, we already have a database with ECC on-prem, right? So, can we do the same implementation as part of an in-house on the same server? Can we do install HANA? Or we are going to provision a new server and a new setup? Before going to set up, we have to run the script on the ECC on-prem.
In-house. In-house means in the same system you want to migrate the Oracle to HANA database, right?
Yes, or
Yeah. That is the in-place migration. Yeah, you can use it. That is the approach also. You can follow
so
it.
two-way methodology
You
can
can
be
use it.
done in the real
Yeah.
environment, or they are going to provision a new server, new infrastructure based on the report which we ran on the ECC. How it would be?
Okay. So two-way approach. The first, let me explain scenario, then you can understand. So here, so this is the source. Okay, this is the target here.
Okay.
So some customers, this is the non-HANA. So they want to migrate. This is the on-prem. So this is the on-prem to on-prem example. So he want to migrate this database non-HANA database to data to you want to migrate to the SAP on HANA database. You want to go to the HANA database. So in this case, we have to freshly install the HANA database here. Then using the some tools and the source, we want to migrate only data from here to here. We can migrate it. This is possible, right? This is also either this is the on-prem or cloud. That is possible. Only target side, we need to prepare the one Linux machine. We need to install all the file systems. Then we need to just install the plain HANA system. We have to install it. Then migrate the data from this database to this database. Everything, data, structures, tables, everything will be converted to the HANA database. This will go. So one more approach, one more method is here. So already this HANA database, this non-HANA database already in the Linux machine, they don't want to change the host name. They want to go for the so in-place migration means they have to install the plain HANA system on the same here plain HANA system. They want to install it. Then they can migrate. They don't want to change the host name also. In this case, that is called the in-place migration. In-place migration within the same place, your Oracle is changing to the HANA database. That is also possible. So once the data is migrated, all the tools, the tool connections will shift to this HANA system. So this database is idle. So and also if it is the separate host you are using, this will be changed to this database here. Either way, either the target is the either on-prem or cloud. So we can use the methods works. The same methods works here. Now coming to the question, so in-place migration also possible, or so we can also separate hardware and the cloud. Then we can also install on the cloud side. We can also migrate the data from here to here. So here the tools like we can use the SWPM, the system copy approach, or some tool, some DMO concept tools approach. We can also use it here. SAP tools. It works both the ways. So you have any other question here?
No, Ravi sir. My doubts are clear now. Yeah.
Okay. What about Ravi sir? You have?
Yes, sir. I am good, but so we have ECC means we have a multi of a data, right? So it's a 40, 30, 40 TB data. So the approach by using SWPM tool or the some DMO tool, are we good to go with the same methodology by copying? I mean, by using this GUI?
By using the sum tool, yes, yeah, we have the one approach here. This is the one. Otherwise, what the people will do here, yeah, during the migrations, yeah, definitely we need to use these tools only. Migrations, definitely we have to use the tools only. Otherwise, you have the lift and shift project. Lift and shift means you are not going to change SAP on non-HANA database. You are not going to change it. Just only hardware you are changing. Then in this case, hardware also you are moving to the cloud. In this case, full database backup we can take it out. Then that backup file is the very less, right? That backup file we can move to the target location. From here we can restore it. Same copy of system we can build it, we can restore it. In the go live day we can shut down, we can make it, this is the online. That is the one more
So
option.
directly that SAP HANA can read that non-SAP, non-HANA databases directly?
No, lift and shift means, so this is the Oracle, this is also Oracle. That time lift and
Oh.
shift project works. But
That
this
means you are talking about the flash.
yeah, flash backups and everything. Yes, right.
Mhm.
So, but here you want to do the migrations to the target is the HANA database. Then that time definitely we have to use the either SWPM tools or some tools we have to use it here for safer side.
So in that time, so what about this operational? Because ECC is a mandate for every business unit. So that should be in operational mode. So while doing a migration, what strategy actually they are going to implement in that?
Yeah, there is a in the some there is a some concepts here in the some DMO concept. Maybe if you listen to my previous class, some
No,
tool,
sir, I missed it. From last
some
10
tool,
days, I was a
yeah.
bit busy.
Yeah. If you listen my some tool concepts, some screen, that is the one of the good concept we discuss it about regarding the same. In the some tool, we have
Okay.
the approaches here. We have the phases concept is there here. So we
Achha.
have the phases like configuration phase. Immediately there is no downtime will not happen in the source side here. So we have to do the some settings, then configuration phase, extraction, then configuration, then checks, then pre-processing. There the phases are there. So what it will do, instead of impacting the in the source system, here it will create the shadow system here. Shadow system will be created on the source side. The source side, there is a shadow concept here in the source side. Let me explain. Actually, we discussed these things in the some concept. So this is the SAP, this is the database. So you want to go for the migrations to the target HANA database here, migrations concept. So here, but this is the production operations. It will impact the production business and everything here if you do directly here. So instead of that, we have the approach. So SAP and we have the HANA database here. Sorry, non-HANA database. I mean to say non-HANA. So this is the HANA database. In the target system preparation, we can do it in the advance or during the parallel, we can perform it on the target system side here. So here you can execute the sum tool. You can run the sum tool here. What the sum tool will do here? Sum tool. This is a sum tool. Sum tool will connect to the SAP system via host agent. Then it will do the all the preparation activities here. Then one of the system, the main aim is here. It will create the sum tool copy of the, your main system. Some tool will create the one shadow system, it will create it here. Instead of directly impacting the main system, directly updating the main system, it will create the shadow system here. It will create the shadow system. This shadow system, it will create it. It repository, it will create it here. It will occupy the some space. It will also occupy the some space at file system level. So it will not touch your original system here. Just it will copy the data from here to here, and it will copy the data from here to here. It will copy the data. So then once done it, then first it will upgrade the your shadow system. First it will upgrade the shadow system, then it will copy the data to the your main system. Just only copying the data means your main system, main repository to shadow system, then shadow system to then copying the data to the your HANA database. It will do. So here it is not touching. Here it is not touching at all. It's not doing anything in the your source system. Just copying the data to the one more system, like suppose shadow system. Then from shadow to HANA database, the migrations will happen. Once done it, there is a one phase is called the downtime phase in the sum screen. If you all this pre-work is done, just click on the OK section in the sum screen, then what will happen during the downtime window or during the execution, then it will stop the your main system. Then all the tables, all everything is a finalization there. Then it will go to the final HANA system. Finally, So you can just system will connect to the your HANA database here. Finally, system will map to the HANA database. Everything will be taken care by the tool only. So the way of the clicking the buttons, next button, downtime optimized or downtime minimized buttons, those things we need to choose it carefully. We need to plan it accordingly. In this way, so starting to ending, you are not impacting the any system. In middle, one of the state where the system switch option, that time you are stopping the main system. Maybe that we can do it in the weekends or off business hours, we can perform it. And the next day, Monday itself, system will be ready on top of system will be running on the HANA database. We have the tools actually. Maybe if you read my some related video, some overview, there is a video, you will get the clear picture here, how it will be created and everything here.
And one more thing that is, I mean the last question. For me, you have shown you by using the tool, we are going to create some backup copies here and that will be transferred to the SAP HANA environment.
Right.
So are we going to calculate or measure the storage capacity for the app set side and the storage of database side to provisioning of the backup sets?
Yeah, definitely. That is one of the important point. Why? Because without you have the already running on the limited space, limited
Correct.
GB space, limited CPUs and limited memory. As part of the some tool will create the one more SAP system copy of the your original. Then definitely, if you don't have space, some will stop. You don't have much space. You don't have much memory. Please allocate the memory. That time you need to do that one. So when you are planning in advance itself, we need to so at least some file system free space is required, some memory is required. Based on that, same main system of the copy, it will create the shadow system. Then data will be copied to the shadow system. Shadow will be upgraded. Then after that, one of the phase, the system switch will happen. So definitely, yeah, we need to calculate the sizes, memory.
Commonly
CPU.
as a standards, in the market standards, which process, first process or the second method, which you have explained now, that which process they are going to follow?
Some tool process only normally many people they will follow some tool process.
That is okay. By taking a copy, one thing, one process, or directly they will take it up from the ECC to direct HANA. How, what approach they are going to?
Okay, they will for non-production systems, so which are not critical. Non-production means it's down also, no one care, right? So that
Correct.
time, so they will go for the direct approach, directly impacting in the main system. With the production, that is the production business operation. So definitely they will arrange the more space and more memory, same at least some 50 GB memory, something they will allocate it. Then they will go for the this shadow concept here. Some customers non-production systems they won't follow. Why? Because non-production system down also, it's not, there is no business impact, right? So only development will be stopped or test backs development will be stopped. So there is no impact. So that time, so then now for non-production system, definitely we will choose the less hardware. So they will go for the direct approach. Direct approach means directly impacting the main system here, directly updating the main system. There is no shadow concept, nothing. So for the production system, they will choose the shadow concept here. Why? Because if you directly inject the data, directly convert it, if something is happens, it will impact your original system. So that's why they will create the shadow. Then they will inject everything here. The shadow down also we don't care. So again, we can create it. We should, so business users can log in and they can do the transactions itself here.
So are there any tool to facilitate by provisioning? So to measuring how much space is required while doing to create a shadow?
We have the in some tool, we can standards, we can follow it. So means 70% minimum. So 70%, if the 70% are above, we need to allocate the some space. So some memory. Normally, if you go to the in the file system, if you go to the task manager, if it's the Windows, we will get some information, right? How much space you have, how much memory. So based on that, they will calculate it. It won't take exact copy, only 50% of 50% of current system is, suppose like the current system having 100 GB, 100 GB DB size is there, then 100 GB, then it won't take 100 GB only here, just only maybe so 40 to 57% GB only required for the shadow. It won't copy all the data, only the selective, only the dictionary tables, everything we can take it out here. So also we have the pre-checks tools are there here in the some tool. Yeah, some tool itself there is a pre-check tool here. Before you go for the actual, there is a pre-check tool here. If you do this one, you will come to know the exact what is going to happen in the system, what much space. So all those things you can predict it. So there is a pre-check tool. It will calculate everything here: space, memory, process, resources. So issues, everything it will calculate in the upfront. So we can fix it out. But this will take some time. Why? Because we need to run the tool and we need to wait for the, so one day, then it will complete it. Then we can validate the results. Based on that, we can fix all the issues. We can go for the main execution. Yeah, we have in the same sum screen, in the same sum tool, it will provide the pre-checks tools also. Directly going for the main execution, directly there is a pre-checks tools. Pre-check one option is there. You can just select that option. It will calculate all those things.
So the same percentage which is going to be measured for the database too, right? I mean,
Right,
50%. So let's
Yeah,
say
yeah.
if I have a 30 TB of database, it is going to be 15 TB.
Yeah, why? Because it will be compressed. When it is going to the HANA, it will be the HANA, it will use the 10x compression technique here. 10x compression technique. It will be compressed. The data will be compressed here. So there is a internal, some tools are there in HANA that is called the 10x compression technique here. So almost like if you are the 40 to 50% will be compressed. If you have the 40 to 50, whatever the space you have, data size, suppose like you have the 100 GB space is there, when it is going to the HANA, it will be compressed. It will be compressed to the maybe 50%. And next, maybe suppose if you take it the 50%, 50% GB, 50 GB, it will be compressed. 100 GB data, it will go to the 50 GB. Because that will be used the inbuilt, there are some tools are there. The next compression technique here. So these are advantages actually in the HANA database. If we talk about the advantages, there is a compression techniques. The more compression techniques are available, more search capabilities are available in the HANA database. So it will be helpful to pull the data from immediately. The faster results purpose, we have the HANA database here. Why? Because in the HANA inbuilt, there is one of the advantages called the 10x compression methods. And also the many advantages, maybe in memory it is storing the data, and also the license costs also we can save it. Why? Because 100 GB data directly is going to the main memory. It is occupying the almost all RAM GB, 100 GB RAM memory. But when the directly data is going to the RAM memory, it will be used the compression. Then 100 GB data, it is going to the 50 GB, means 50 GB was free space, means license cost is reducing, right? So that's why it's a lot of advantages and also disadvantages also we have. Yeah.
True. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, lot of advantages, at the same time we have the disadvantages also. So yeah, let's talk about only advantages, not the disadvantages. Okay, so with respect to the CPU's estimation, normally in the cloud side or on premise, so normally one CPU will handle the 14 GB of RAM memory. 14 GB of RAM memory will handle it here, one CPU. If you have 140 GB memory, then 10 CPUs you required here, right? If you have 1 terabyte, then 9 CPUs, I think 9 CPUs you required. Like that, we have to do some CPUs estimation. Only thing is here, base is once you got the RAM size, then by using the RAM size, you can derive the CPUs. By using the CPUs, you can derive the file systems and list of sizes, we can derive it here, right? So by using, the only thing is getting the RAM size. Some organization, the architects or client team go with the 1 terabyte. So that's not a problem. Like that, they will go with that one. Some organizations, so due to some restrictions, they will ask us to calculate what is the usage. They will take the inputs from the functional team. What is the data flow size per month? What is the growth per year? How much is the grade, the functional? What is the object size? They will take it that approach. Then based on that, they will allocate the RAM size. They will ask us to take the RAM size. So once we got the RAM size, suppose like we got the RAM size like a 1 terabyte, we got the RAM size for the new customer. Based upon the RAM size, okay, 1 terabyte RAM size. In that case, okay, one CPU will handle the 14 GB then. Okay, so two CPUs will handle the 28 GB. So means 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte data means by 14. By 14. So how many you will get? So let me calculate, take the calculator. So 14 means 1 terabyte by 14 CPU, 14. But because one CPU will handle the 14 GB, right? 14 GB here. So then how much you will get? So based on that, so we can calculate the, so how many CPUs you required, we can calculate it here. Suppose like I go to calculator. So 1 terabyte suppose like 1000 GB, 1000 GB divided by, where is divided? Okay, divided percentage. Sorry,
71 for 4, sir.
okay, 71, right? 71. 71 means 70 CPUs we required. 70 CPUs you required for the 1 terabyte data. Means 70 CPU cores you required for the 1 GB. Why? Because the RAM ratio and memory ratio should be required here. So 14 GB RAM means 1 CPU. So 28 means 2 CPUs here. So then 1 terabyte GB RAM means, then you can calculate it, then 70 CPUs you will get it out. So based on that 70 CPUs for 1 terabyte RAM, you need to require the 70 CPUs you required. Otherwise, the CPUs will start giving the more sound in the data center. Why? Because woo woo, it will give the more sound here. If you choose the less CPUs, the CPU utilization will be more. Sometimes system will go hung status also here, right? So that's the reason. So with the percentage level, we need to calculate the RAM size as well as the CPUs also we can derive it here, right? By using the RAM size, we can calculate the CPUs also here. So that is the secondary, but the most important thing is the file systems and file system sizes here. Here for the HANA, you required the total 5 types of file systems you required. 5 types of file systems, standard file systems you required. One is the root, second one is the USR SAP, the third one is the /HANA data, separate mount points you required, /HANA log, then /HANA shared file systems you required, and also the root you required the 10 GB free space, right? And also the USR SAP 50 GB free space, data 3 into the RAM size you required. Here calculations will come into the picture here. So log, then 1/2 of your RAM size, or max 512 GB enough for the log directory. For /na shade, 1 into the RAM size you required. See here, each and every calculation which is coming from the your RAMs based upon the RAM size only. CPUs you got based upon the RAM size. File systems and their spaces you are getting based upon the RAM size only. You can see 10 GB, 50 GB, 3 into RAM size. So 1/2 of RAM size, right? So you got it here, right? So it's a max we can arrange it. So which means we have the 1 terabyte of RAM, then your data folder size is the 3 TB is required. So 1 terabyte RAM means 512 GB, that is fine here, the log folder size. This is the 1 terabyte. So with respect to the space, you require the 10 plus 50, 60 GB, 3.60 GB, then so 4 terabyte, 4.72, 4.572, 4.4 terabyte, 572 GB. So storage is required here for HANA, right? 4 point. If we calculate the 4 point, so we need to tell to them. So we need, so just if you the RAM size is the 1 terabyte, then 14 terabyte, 14.570 GB, the storage is required, hard disk storage is required, but that storage you need to divide into the some parts, like one is the root file system, say like same as like C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive, how we are creating, then same as like root is the 10 GB, USR SAP is the 50 GB, then /HANA data is the this much of, log is the this much of, shade is the this much of, right? So like that, we need to calculate this storage level here. This is the one of the frequently asked question in the every certification, every technical discussion when you go for the HANA interview. So can you tell me the what are the file systems are required for the HANA? Can you tell me the what is the recommended SAP recommended space you required for this one, right? So then you need to tell the root Yes, sir, SAP /HANA data, /HANA log, /HANA, these are the separate file systems, separate mount points you required. Then we can calculate this one here. So this much of storage, these many file systems, CPUs we required here. So this is the file systems requirement, file system requirement here, right? Coming to the network. So network normally 1 Gbps they recommended 1 gigabyte per 7. Normally 100 Mbps, 100 Mbps also fine for us here. 100 Mbps also fine for that one here. 1 Gbps or 100 Mbps are, so 100 Mbps also required here, right? 1 Gbps and 100 Mbps also fine for this network, this all those things. Okay, so that is the one thing for the file system requirement and everything here. Okay, so this is about the, it will comes to the hardware requirements part here, hardware requirements part here. Right, this is the one you need to remember. And the CPU's estimation, sometimes the CPU count may change it to the, when you go to the cloud level, it may go to the CPU count, may go to the cloud level, it's different, right? So maybe CPU cloud level, there is a concept called the virtual CPUs concept. But in the on-premise level, we have the physical CPUs concept. Because physically it is available in our premises, physical CPUs concept. Physical CPU, one CPU 14 GB will occupy it here. In the virtual CPU, one physical CPU, they will divide into the two virtual CPUs here. Means one CPU, one virtual CPU will handle the 7 GB of main memory. That time it will come more, but because it's cloud, they need revenue, right? That's why they will divide this physical CPUs, they will divide it into the tubes, one CPU, two virtual CPUs, then one virtual CPU, they will reduce it so that we will use the more virtual CPUs and more money we have to pay to them. That is the difference between the physical CPUs and virtual CPUs here. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as you said, in the OS, for the HANA database, we have Linux OS, right, sir? So, we are
Yeah.
Red Hat.
Yes. Yes.
But this part is done by some Linux administrators.
Yeah, but we have to inform to them, right? We know what is the much they will take care of, like file systems creation, mount point creation, and CPUs, hardware procure, they will take care of. But so they will take care of. But in the when it goes to the cloud level, when it goes to cloud level, everything we have to take it out. Everything means anyhow, operating system team, they will install the operating system. But when they are installing, they need to choose the RAM and they need to choose the separate the file systems and everything. They have to do that one. Then they will ask you, they will ask the base administration, okay, we will take care of the OS creation and everything, but what is the space allocation? How much space you required? Then what are the mount points you required? That question they may ask you, right? That time we have to inform, right? We will not do direct action, but at least we should know the, so how much space is required, something that information we should be required, right? So that's why, so they don't know. They don't know what are the file system. Why? Because it's SAP related file system. They don't know, but if you inform them, they will create it. Based on that, they will create it, all those things.
Yes, sir. How we cross check that OS, sir? Actually, after that, they handed to us, sir. How we cross check that
In
the
the
OS is
Linux,
correct?
yeah, in the
Lineage. Yeah. How we?
yeah, once this is done, as part of the Linux administration, I will tell you the some of the OS commands to check the file system, to check the memory, to check the network, all those things. So you have to log into the your Linux system, your host name, you need to put the Linux operating system name, then with root user and password you have to enter it here. The password you have to enter it here. Then just execute the df-h command. In how I will explain it, all the file systems, how much is required and the space and everything. Okay, I will explain it, this concept. Why? Because we have the topic is there. I will explain it.
Sir, hi, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in which page in the sum tool, sir, in which page shadow system created and downtime will be come, sir?
Did you join my previous classes?
No, sir, no, sir. I missed that,
You
sir.
can just refer the my videos. You will come to know all those things information. There is a one video I will share
Okay.
in the group, some overview video, clear picture. You will get it out exactly what happens in everything here.
Yeah.
So to answer to your question, in the sum execution phase, you will get the downtime phase here. Shadow will be created in the pre-processing phase.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
So these are the hardware requirements. The softwares and all, it's very simple. The softwares means simple. HANA we did as part of the software, we needed the HANA DB software and the HANA client we require. Simple. Two softwares are enough. Right? So in the next class, so I will tell you how to download the softwares, then how to download the softwares, then after that, how to operate the Linux operating system. Windows, we know whether the mouse and login and left click, right click, we will do all kind of things, but how to operate the Linux operating systems. So, which means the Linux admin part, we will cover it here. Linux admin part here. If you know some admin part, that's fine. So if you don't know, I can also explain it. Not a problem. I will explain the Linux. Why? Because some commands are required. Some commands are required to check the free space, to check the memory, to check the file systems, to check the CPUs, to check the memory. So those things, how we will check it in the here in the Windows level. Windows level, we can verify it. If we go to the here, C drive is the 200 GB, E drive, this is the space, how much free, we can verify it. But what about the Linux level? So that we will, so we have to, Linux level, we have to inform to the hardware guys to procure this much of space, RAM, how much, all these things they will take care.